what was I going to ask? DJ Paul getting flack for not going to Boo's funeral. Did y'all see his response?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I had no problem with what he said.
Me either.
All the way through.
First of all, I don't think anyone would lie, especially someone like who would lie about paying for said funeral and making sure arrangements and things were taken care of. I mean, you can't ever tell someone how to grieve.
I agree.
There's some people who can do funerals, and I know some people who say that's not the last way I want to see somebody.
Yep.
I'd rather have whatever my last memory of them was, of us personally hanging out or doing whatever. I don't want the last memory of me is seeing them at a funeral. So I get it. I try to always pay my respects.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but it can wear on you if you've been to a lot of funerals.
Agreed.
Especially in a short amount of time. Okay. And some people, it gets to a point where they can't do it anymore. So I don't ever pretend to tell someone that they need to grieve one kind of way for that to make sense. So, anybody who's, and plus the internet just gives everybody a soapbox to say what they would do. And if I knew Gangsta Boo, you didn't know Gangsta Boo.
Yeah.
And you didn't know the relationship that she had with Paul and that Paul had with her. So
only they know that.
It's just like, just shut up.
No,
yeah.
for real.
What you think, Lone? Go ahead, Lone.
The same.
Same?
Yeah, I mean, the way I kind of look at it is like, the person's passed on.
Mm-hmm.
For funeral is like a celebration,
That's for the people
or
who are
not.
still here.
It's for the people that are here. So if you don't want to partake in that, then you don't want to partake in that. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, I saw some people say, "Why bring up that you paid for it?"
Well, he brought it up because people were giving him flack for it.
Yeah, they're like, you don't care. I was like,
it's like, I paid for it. What do you mean I don't care?
What do you mean I don't care? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
you got any thoughts, Terry, on that, or was Paul
essentially the
much?
validation doesn't come from other attendees at the funeral if they're not direct family, and it seems like it was the ones who were just there expecting DJ Paul to be there that were saying something or seeing it on the internet or whatnot. So I mean, if that's not your place to decide who and whatever or where they're supposed to be just because a funeral service is going on. People have things going on. Some people can't handle that type of situation. So I mean, I understand.
And people look, he said something that was very real. I think it was lost on a lot of people. It's like when I go places, people see me and they're not even thinking about me as a person.
Right.
Like there are people in my face as groupies at funerals, or wherever I am, like I remember Stevie Wonder, I believe, told the story. Someone who was in his circle at the time, when Minnie Riperton passed away, and he had done some work with her. So, they had a relationship, and like I think he was a pallbearer or something in the funeral. And he said, while he was there, someone slipped him a tape. It was like,
how rude is that? Man?
But that's how people, like he said, that when you're famous, people don't see you as a person a lot of times. And so,
opportunity,
they're like, well, I'll never see him again like this. Let me go ahead and get my demo and let me see if Paul needs some beats. And it was like,
he said people would have been the last one he went to, people just kept coming up to him just to talk to him.
Yeah. So you got to understand, like a lot of times we forget that famous people are actually people. And like, we treat them like every time this is supposed to be an industry connect or something. It's like, this is somebody's funeral. Could you please don't take any pictures and leave me alone? And if your experience has been like every time you go to a funeral, people are looking to link or to see as an opportunity for themselves, I wouldn't go to funerals either.
That ain't it. Yeah, that's definitely not it. What you say hold on for, man?
Man, I'm gonna just leave it at that, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.